Pew, 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 pew. Hashtag grow a pair. Ooh, that felt good. Sorry, just had dinner. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, I went to do a test between the two gimbals today on a stock OEM battery to try to give people an idea of what they can still get out of their stock batteries by weight reducing the gimbal. And I had battery failure again today on another pack that I had. Sean, what's up? And which leads me to want to talk about a discussion that I've been hoping I never had to have, but I will, because I'm honest. And I think it's time to have this chat. So, most of you guys know I am a huge fan of the 3DR Solo. And I love it to death. And I'm going to continue flying it. I'm going to continue having fun with it. So, cooking a big old catfish for dinner. Not me. I had like goulash. But I love the 3DR Solo and what it has to offer, but I think the reality is that the only person that should be buying one now is someone who's ready to jump into a DIY bird, because I don't think you should be flying the Solo on stock pack anymore on OEM batteries. As much as I hate to say this, it's not a bird for everyone now. It's kind of a dangerous drone to be operating, honestly. JL, what's up? I love the 3DR Solo, and I encourage people that are willing to take on the project to fly it, but just know that I only encourage you to do that and get one if you're willing to perform the battery mod so you can run on newer packs. Because as of right now, I think it's a dangerous drone to be operating. This is my second OEM battery failure, second battery failure in 2 weeks, and fourth battery failure in the lifetime that I've been flying the Solo, and all of them happened within a year. But they seem to really be declining in their ability to draw amperage now. And that worries me that people are still out flying these packs and they're pushing them hard and they're being aggressive with them, with the amount of issues that I've been having with my stock packs. And some of mine are even new batteries. They've never been flown before, and they're having these issues. So, Ryan, what's good, brother? But the Solo is a tool. There's not another drone out there quite like it. I encourage anyone with a decent skill set to pick one up. I don't think newbies should be flying it. And if you're not well versed in DIY, or you're not willing to do some soldering and have a basic understanding of open source, then you probably shouldn't be getting the Solo by today's standards. And if you do, please commit to the battery mod. I'm not saying that because I want people to send me theirs so I can make a little chump change off it. I'm saying that because they are dangerous. The Solo is a 4-pound bird, and if it fails while flying and hits somebody, it will kill them. They will die if you are 400 feet high and a drone that weighs 4 pounds falls on your head and smashes into you. It will crush you. It's not going to crush you, but it'll break your skull. It'll fracture things. A leg could potentially stab you. Like these, I hate to do this because I love the 3DR platform so much. But like I said, honesty is key here. And if you own a Solo, I encourage all of you to do the battery mod. I'm going to be putting up how to build it again. I have to revise a few of my videos and make some changes because of inaccurate information. But I encourage all of you that have a Solo now to commit to the battery mod. You are dangerously flying a bird with a high failure rate on OEM battery packs. Rick, what's going on? Brent, hey, buddy. Do you check out battery on your Solo before you fly? I do. I absolutely do. You don't need the Solo tool to see what the capacity of your battery is. If you understand how to access the parameters, you can type BatCap. So go into your parameters. You'll need to download something like Droid Planner, Mission Planner, something like that. You would connect through the UDP settings, okay, to the Solo. So when you put it on UDP and you search, it will find the Solo. You connect to it, and then you go to parameters and you search BatCap while the Solo is powered on and you're connected to it, and it will tell you the capacity of the battery and that overall health life of the battery. You don't need the Solo tool to do that, okay? Yes, Ren D, it does. It's not that it's an outdated drone, it's that the batteries are the issue. There was never a company that came along and produced new batteries. The battery mod is simple enough to build, guys. There's nothing complicated about this build. This is very easy. It's just understanding how to use this properly, and then you can continue flying your solo. Your solo isn't the problem. The batteries are the issue, and that's easy enough to solve. Okay? I'm being serious. It is easy enough to solve. Okay? So it's not an outdated bird. There are plenty of mods you can do. It is open source. The potentials are unlimited for what you can do with the drone and third-party application, but you have to be willing to commit to the battery mod if you want to fly safely, I think, from this point on. Way too many battery failures for me to feel comfortable saying that it's good for people to continue flying their solo unless they do the mod. So no one stepped up on batteries. Nope, no one committed to batteries. So Mrs. RC and Custom Design, what is up? Drone shots in the house. Yeah, if anybody wants to join me on the panel, feel free. I am going to continue flying the solo. I am a diehard solo user. I just want people now that are considering the purchase to really think things through. It is an exceptional platform, and it has a long life ahead of it, okay? But the only way it's going to have that life is if you give it new life with new batteries. Okay, so me, I do have batteries, and I am building my own battery packs, and my solo will have a nice amount of longevity to it. I encourage anyone else that is thinking about it to step up to the plate. I am always here to help you. My email address is in the description of the video. I will be re-releasing my original how to build a solo battery videos in combination, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, so on and so forth for everybody. But I need to revise them a little bit and make sure that accurate information is portrayed before I do that. Okay. Did I get any better looking? Jim, what's going on? Ren D, you don't remember me. I'm insulted. Oh my gosh, dude. You know, I run into so many people. Ren, I apologize if I don't remember you. I think if you gave me a little bit of our initial talk, Dalton Merrill, what's up? I know you're an avid solo user. You may just want to jump back on this video and you know, check it out. I'm encouraging people to do the battery mod, and if you're not going to, then please stop flying your solo. I hate to be that guy. Oh, what's up, dude? Yeah, man, I have nothing against you. I know that we had a little powwow on Facebook, but I don't, yeah, I have nothing against you, man. You're good. So let's see. Yeah, dude. So please, guys, for the safety of everyone else, unless you're doing the mod, don't fly your solo anymore. And if you do, please make sure you're in a wide open area where you have plenty of room for failure that isn't going to damage things or hurt people or individuals. It is not a drone to take out around crowds of people anymore or fly through parks with where people are at. It's not that type of drone anymore without doing the battery mod. For real. That's being 100% with you. That's realistic numbers there, man. I want you guys to understand that. I'm trying to drill this into your head thoroughly. Okay, safety first, man. You have a responsibility as a drone pilot for the safety of everyone around you. And it's the solo with the battery failure rate right now is kind of a scary platform to see people not running on the mod and running new cells in the solo. I promise you, they cannot handle the amperage draw anymore. They fail easily. So, yes, sir, I did fix the solo. But when I was flying the new solo that we got, the black one that's on the top shelf up there. So the red one is right here and the new black one's up there. I had a battery failure flying the new solo, not just telemetry. So the first thing that went was the telemetry, but I noticed the voltage kind of dropped way down. Had I been pushing the solo when it dropped instead of just doing a hover test, most likely it would have browned out the whole system. It couldn't handle the amperage draw. It would have just fallen out of the sky. I was able to keep flying the battery past 0% from 4 minutes on until 9.5 minutes. But that battery is toast. It's toast. I ran it down to absolute zero, and then tomorrow I'm going to rip it down and extract the BMS out of it. So, yep. 4S, JL. Unfortunately, man, you can't be running 5800 mAh on the Solo because the BMS is only rated for, the battery management system is only rated for 5200. So you're never going to have accurate percentage. You're always going to get early fail-safe RTL warnings, which you can shut off through the parameters. And I have those parameters if anybody wants to make the adjustment. And I'm not saying that you can't run bigger batteries, but you have to use a module for that, and you have to, there's a lot of stuff involved with that. So it's not a museum drone. It's just for people with more along the lines of an expert skill set, I think, at this point. So I think unless you're willing to do these necessary things to fly the Solo, you shouldn't buy one, and you probably shouldn't continue flying the one you have. It's not a piece of history. It just needs some support in the right manner, and then it'll continue being a good platform. So, just to give you an example, guys, hold on. You don't have to lose that look of the Solo. This seems to be everybody's worry, is that if you're running on the battery mod, that you have to strap Velcro around it and lose the look of the Solo. But this is a 3D printed Solo lid. You can see on the top it says Solo. This is a well done 3D printed lid that goes over the top of the battery mod and snaps in just like a regular Solo battery. It's locked in there. It can't come out. It still keeps that aesthetically pleasing look to the Solo that you're used to, and you can cover it and keep damage and still have it look good, and it's a nice platform to run on. You can paint this with gloss paint to match the rest of the gloss on here if you want to. But all I'm saying is, guys, the battery mod is the future, and it's time to commit. If you're not going to commit, then you probably should not continue flying. Real talk. Okay? I'm not just saying that because I want people to do my mod. I'm saying that because it's a scary drone now at this point. And I would hate to hear about somebody getting hit in the head with a Solo. So, yeah, no, don't sell yours. Don't, like I said, if you do sell it, guys, and I know it's going to make it harder to sell, but please explain the battery issue to people. I know it's going to make the sale much harder, but there are diehard Solo users out there that will still buy it, knowing that they have to do the mod. So you definitely need, and Dad Random said it, you need reliability. And the OEM packs are not reliable. They are scary, very scary. I have a video I'm going to put up tomorrow. I'm not even going to do the whole video like I plan to. I'm just going to show you what happens when a battery fails for a second, third. This will be my fourth time showing battery failure on my channel, and they've all been OEM packs. And they all start at 99, 98%. Everything's going good, and all of a sudden the battery just depletes. Instantly, you see the voltage drop. And it's a very scary thing to happen when it happens. So, Jim, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Dan. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, I saw you pop in there.
Yeah, giving new life to the 3DR. That's so
right.
Cool.
So, but I mean, that's you get where I'm going with this, right?
Absolutely.
I do not encourage people to keep flying OEM. Please park your Solo unless you're planning on committing, because it's a safety hazard at this point. I hate to say the word weapon because it's not intentional. I'm sure nobody goes out intentionally trying to crash their Solo into somebody's face, but it is a 4-pound weapon when it fails.
How many years has it been since they put out the original batteries?
Almost 5 years now. They only had a 3.5-year shelf life. They are
and nobody stepped up.
Nobody committed. No company committed. So
that's what we're all looking at, no matter what we're flying.
Exactly. It happens to every drone. The difference is, and you and me have been talking about this quite a bit, is if you get the right people together, you can continue moving forward with that product, whether it's being supported by the company or not anymore. There are plenty of smart people out there willing to jump on these tasks and projects to help. Okay, this is the easiest thing to do to keep your Solo in the air. This is only a 2200 mAh 4S battery, and it'll fly my Solo for almost 8 minutes, and that's with battery telemetry. So, I mean, 2200 mAh, that's a $13 4S battery. I'm getting 8-minute flights out of it. You know, you got to commit, man. You got to choose to make the commitment. You don't want to hit somebody in the head with a Solo. Trust me.
Now, how tough is it to do the battery mod? Are you going to be selling them again?
It's not that I never stop selling them. I still make it available for people. I want them to understand why I'm charging, because I'm charging.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We've all seen the battery videos. You can't
Right.
put these things out once they start a fire.
Yeah, no. Well, not just that. You know, you're going to pay me for my time is what it is. I don't mind doing the mod, and I shared with everybody how to do it for free. But if you're asking me to do it, it's $40. I'm going to charge you $40 and $10 for shipping. I think that's very fair. Your average battery that you buy for any Phantom product is what, $100?
Yeah.
$70, $80. I mean, so, you know, I think that's very fair. I don't want to have a bunch of these batteries just hanging out at my house, potential fire risk. I got to keep dealing with these batteries every time you send them to me. So, you know, they got to be disposed of. It's just time consuming. And if you're going to ask me to give up my time, I'm going to ask that you pay for the proper time.
Come on, man. $40 is nothing. That's nothing.
So, but if you want to do it yourself, I have the videos to show you how to do that.
A lot of people don't want to mess with that, Dan.
Well, I know.
I'd rather, like me, I'd rather you did it or Rick Halbert did it. I'll pay you. Send it on over, because I'm not the type.
Hey, Vicente, you can reach out to me, my friend. My email address is in the description of the video if you want one of these built. You already just heard how that works. But you would, the only deal I make is that you have to send me your old battery. I can't build the battery mod without having your old battery to build it off of. You see what I'm saying? I need the
battery management system and the case.
Yeah. I need the BMS out of it. I have to extract the BMS to build the mod for you and then send it back to you. So if you want a battery built, you got to send me your old battery first. If you feel comfortable taking it apart, use Glue Buster. It comes apart. You can cut it out yourself and just send me the, you know, the BMS itself. Cheaper. I don't suggest you do that unless you know what you're doing, because it's very dangerous. But if you can do it and you feel comfortable doing it, then I encourage you to give it a shot. Okay, that's my warning. If you tear one apart and burn your house down and blow your face up, I'm not held responsible. You do this at your own risk, you know? Anyways, somebody really just asked if I was losing weight.
Yeah. Oh, Dad Random said the Solo is probably the only open source drone of its class. I think it is.
Oh, actually. It is. It is the only. Yeah.
Have we seen another one, even in a weight in the same size?
Not category? In the same category. Well, no, there is a Cheerson CX20 that runs on APM 2.0, which might be upgradable. But if we're facing facts here, I had a Cheerson CX20, and it is nowhere near as good as what the Solo is. You can run Mission Planner and basic stuff on the CX20, but you don't get the full, you know, potential of it like you do with Solo and Solex and 47 different smart shots and cable cam and all the other great stuff. You can't adapt that to the Cheerson CX20 unless you put the internals of a Solo inside of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
that's a Phantom knockoff. The Cheerson CX20 has been around for 4 or 5 years now, maybe even longer. So I do have the video, guys. I have to re-download them and change some things that need to be adjusted. There is some inaccurate information and stuff that I've figured out over time. Remember, I put those videos out over a year ago, and I want to make sure if people are doing this mod that they have the correct information. Okay, before we were just testing with it, it's been defined. I have a conclusion to all of it. I understand how it works now way better than I did, and I want to make sure you get the same information. So, yep. Good times, man.
A big disclaimer in there, unless you're doing it yourself.
Yep. But it's going to say that at the beginning of every one of my videos, guys. It's going to have a disclaimer. If you do it yourself and you hurt yourself, you burn your house down, whatever, that's on you, man. You know, I have no responsibility for that. You know,
I don't feel bad. I won't feel bad.
Right. I'm not going to feel bad. I just want to let you know now, I won't feel bad. Okay. I hate to be that guy, but I warned you. You know, you do it, it's at your own risk. So, I don't. JL, what's the point of the green cube? I ask everybody that upgrades to Open Solo and Green Cube what the advantages are. Let me hear the advantage. If the only couple advantages you give me is that you can take off of a boat and it's easier to reboot the Solo, and if 3DR ever chooses to take the app down, that you won't be able to reset your Solo without 2.4.2, that's not a good enough reason for me to do that, because I guarantee you I can convince 3DR to release the not just the update for 2.4.2, but the app, and put it on a third, a server, an open public server for anybody to access that. So I guarantee they will give that information up. I would pay yearly to have that server stay up for people. So if that's the biggest issue or a reason why people are doing the upgrade, then hey, commit, but you got to convince me it's worth it. I just don't see that it's worth it.
What is the whole idea behind the green cube?
Well,
what did it add?
There were going to be a whole bunch of things that apparently were going to be added for it. For instance, 2 years ago, Philip, when we did a live stream together, Philip Rose, who's one of the head lead engineers for the 3DR Solo project during its building process, said he was going to introduce optical flow to it, which is what everybody was like, oh, optical flow, that's amazing. Oh, yeah. But you had to make the green cube upgrade to do that, and then the optical flow never got heard of again. He showed a module that was half the size of the original one that he came out with, and it never even came to light. And then he told everybody we were getting new batteries, and guess what? Nobody ever got any new batteries. Everything got blamed on me because of the battery mod. I told everybody this is how you can build your own battery, and Philip's like, you screwed it up for everybody. Nobody gets new batteries now. We can't convince a company. You can't convince a company to make new batteries because there's only 10,000 people still messing with the Solo out of 100,000 units that you sold. It's not worth a company to go out of their way to make batteries for people that are half interested. That's why they're not committing to new batteries. You can sit here and blame it on me all you want.
It's not just those. I mean, look at the other birds that are coming. Look at the end of life for the Inspire 1.
Right.
Nobody's going to pick up that battery. They're $200 right now.
Yep. But we're talking about maybe what? Building one? Is that we're me and Jim here are gonna see if we can build a battery just like for the Solo. So
I've got 5 sitting here, and let me see. Oh, you can't see them, but behind that sign, there's 3 Inspires sitting there, waiting for batteries.
Like I said, I'll post the link if anybody else wants to come in here. Again, guys, this is an open stream. We're just gonna talk about drones. Solo right now, anything you really want to. Jim, this ends up like diverting course at some point into other things, So you're welcome to join the panel, get yourself recognized and noticed, have a chat. If you have a Solo and you have questions, now's the time to jump on panel and ask those questions. I'm no guru, I promise you.
All I'm worried about is it happening to all of us at some point. You know what I mean? That drone you spent $2,000 on, or what was the Inspire originally? It was like $3,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And here you are sitting there and you can't get batteries. Well, they're forcing us to buy their new drones. Yeah. Which, I mean, I got to be honest with you. The Mavic 2 Pro, great. All these other birds, they're great. The only thing is they don't fly like the original Inspire and like the original Solo. You saw the Solo doing acrobat stuff the other day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you played the video. Was that on a live stream or was that just us?
It was on a live stream.
Okay.
Would you suggest getting a Solo today? I would say only get a Solo if you're a DIY person and you have a decent skill set. I would say not your average pilot.
Why do they need a decent skill set?
Just to be able to solder, stuff like that, DIY stuff, because you have to do the battery mod. And if
I didn't think I could solder, but I bought those helping hands that come with the 2
little pinchers,
and the magnifying glass, because and you can do it. It's not that hard.
Rob, my Solo's rock solid DJI. No, it still is, man. It's still a fantastic bird. Look I got 647 flights out of my Solo now. So
all I'm saying is don't let them force us out of a segment.
I have no idea who this is popping in, but I think they just went in.
That's Ron Lockwood.
Oh, is it? On the road? Okay. We'll see what happens to his thing.
He's flying medic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, make sure you guys are pushing the like button and you're subbing up to one another. These are all hobbyists in here. Yeah, Dan, what's good, buddy? I think Dan actually just committed to my mod. If you guys haven't seen the video, I just got another person on the battery mod. I think it's Dan here. Dan just committed to the battery mod, I want to say, and he's getting great flight times, man. He's having a blast. All of his other batteries were under 10 minutes. He's getting almost 14 and a half minutes now out of his battery. He's having a blast, man. He's out ripping around and he feels comfortable flying the solo.
that's good time.
That's yeah, well, and that's why I said I think he got 12 and a half, and then I think he just peaked 13 now. I think he's coming up. Every time you cycle the battery, it's going to learn itself a little better, and the battery management system is going to be a little more in tune with it. Okay, so that's the whole thing with the mod is after about 25 flights, you should see the full potential come out of the battery. You know,
So do you want to take it easy with that thing, or do you want to fly it normal and put it under loads and all that?
the fun thing is the battery that I chose that I told everybody to buy was the Tattoo at 5200, right? The Tattoo 14.8 at 5200 with a 35C discharge. So it's a performance battery. It can handle the draw. So if you want to, push it as hard as you want to, it'll take it. The original Solo battery was only 10C, which is low, and that's how they got such decent flight times out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But battery technology's become a little better, so now you can get a higher C-rated battery and still get decent flight times plus performance, right? 5 years later, man, they're coming up with better lipos. So,
Oh, in fact, they sell two different kinds of batteries. One the deep cell for performance, and then the other one's for speed. Yeah.
So I mean, I suggest buy the Tattoo 52. I convinced Tattoo to remanufacture that battery. They ran out. They weren't going to make it again. And then I reached out to them. We brought them into my Facebook group. I explained that we need this to be able to operate the Solo on. So they reproduced a whole bunch more of them. And they're 50, 55 bucks a piece. I'd say that's pretty affordable. So think about this. Once you do the battery mod, if the battery ever fails, it's $55 to replace it. That's it. Run it on any hobby grade 4S battery you want to. You could stay airborne forever.
How the hell can you beat that?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's 10 times better than the original OEM setup. And as long as you you get, if you have a 3D printer and you print that lid off, you're good to go, man. We have carbon.
If they don't, do you have a source for 3D printing those covers?
I do. His name is Chris Justice. MD95TSI says he will print the case and send it to you as long as you're in the States for $20.
There you go.
Pretty good deal. So, is my OEM battery still unsafe? It was used lightly. It's 5 years old, man. They're all unsafe. It doesn't matter if you bought one that said new in the box, still with cellophane wrap on it. It's still a 5-year-old battery. The battery's been sitting there for 5 years, and the cells have just been degrading over time. You know what I mean? These batteries don't last forever, man. Lipos.
It was only one run of the batteries?
Yeah, that's it. One run.
Wow.
After it tanked in 2016, why would any company say, well, look, dude, this drone's failing. We're not going to produce batteries that nobody's going to.
But when that thing went down to $200, I remember everybody talking about it.
Yep. Yeah, everybody was buying it from Best Buy.
Yeah, swap it up, get swoop it up while you can, boys.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
So, yeah.
I'm kind of pissed I didn't get one because the whole open source thing, I dig that. I hate being locked into my DJI
well
parameters.
Dalton said you can always change the motors to Sunny Sky. Yep, very good motors from what I've heard last. Yep, I've heard about that, but I still, for what? The Solo batteries or the Solo motors are just as good. Heck, if you can fly Acro, the Solo motors are plenty. I don't know why you need any more. We used to do drag racing with the 3DR Solos in sport mode and manual mode, and we would see speeds of 92 miles an hour from a 700-foot drop. It was insanity to watch a 4-pound bird rip through the sky at almost 100 miles an hour. It sounded like a B-7 bomber coming in, just beelining to the ground at a V line like this, and last second just pull out and it just hits a divot and goes just slingshots forward. It's insane. I've done things with the Solo that that you'd never even think of doing with a DJI product. Well,
that guy doing barrel rolls, that was too much.
I'm gonna try it.
No.
The red Solo, man. I'm gonna commit. It's already been crashed now. I have extra parts. I think I'm gonna give her a whirl. I think I'm going to pull off the gimbal I have on there. I'm going to strap the original GoPro mount to it. I'm going to put an FPV camera on it, and I'm going to see if I can take her out there and rip her an acro. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I have an omnidirectional, I already chose for it with a heat sink. I don't know what I did with it, but it's somewhere. And it runs on a nice little 1-cell battery. I'll be able to plug this in and, amp it up to 200 milliwatts at least. And I'll be able to cover a whole field. So yeah. I think I'm going to give it a go. We're going to see what this Solo can actually do in acro. I'm going to start high so I understand the controls. I'm going to get up nice and high in the air and try some, that way I have recovery time. You know what I'm saying? If something happens, I have time to tweak the controls. Like, okay, this is not normal acro I'm used to. Hold on a sec. We got to figure out what's going on here.
Now, it has a mode for that in the Solex app?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, it does. So, yeah. I can't even imagine flying a 4-pound beast. And the only thing that worries me is that the throttle is spring loaded at the halfway point. And when you fly in manual and acro, you have to pull it down to 0, right?
All right.
If you let it go, it immediately goes right into half throttle. See what I'm saying? So I'm not used to having a spring-loaded throttle. I'm used to having a spring-loaded right stick for, pitch and yaw, but not for up and down, throttle variance. So, yeah, that's going to be scary, I think. I do fly acro. I'm not sure how close this acro is to what I'm used to.
Right.
I've never flown the Solos acro. It's probably going to be considerably different than what I'm used to on Betaflight. So, yeah, I could pull the springs out. You're absolutely correct. I certainly could do that.
Oh, yeah, out of the controller. You can also, isn't there a screw in the back where you can just loosen it up?
Not on the Solo. Yeah,
no,
I've had the transmitter part. You can remove the springs, I think, but I don't know if you can do any other tuning to it. So, one for me. So happy to watch you live and be able to fly with you guys once they get here. Heck yeah, Dan. Just take it. If you're going to continue flying your Solo, here's the only advice I have for you. If you're not going to do the battery mod, do not fly faster than 15 miles per hour. Don't, because you're going to draw way too much power. Those old packs cannot handle that power draw. Okay, they will blow instantly, and you'll lose a cell mid-flight, and you won't have enough power to sustain the flight, the Solo in flight.
Well, we saw it with your flight.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Perfect example.
I was at 75% when I started going backwards. I still had tons of battery left. And I pulled the stick all the way back, and then I gave her full throttle, and it started to go back at full tilt, and I was coming up on probably 40 miles an hour, and all of a sudden, it's too much draw. It just went, and one of the cells gave out, and it just completely blacked out the cell. If you lose a cell, you're losing 3.7 volts instantly. That 3.7 volts makes a major difference on all the components that are operating. It doesn't have enough power to keep sustained flight. It just blacks out. It goes, oh, okay. It just shuts down mid-flight. So,
which is what it did.
It's exactly what happened.
That was a hellacious backup over the roof, though.
It looked good. I wasn't able to redo it as well with the Bebop 2 a week later or 2 weeks later, but it still came out all right. True Drone Reviews. Your Solo you sent me almost took a dive today. I have that video footage of the battery failure happening in flight. I will post that so you can see what happens. It's the same exact battery I just flew on the other Solo. I recharged it. I gave it a resting period. Then I recharged it. And then I brought it right back out with the next Solo. And I put it up in the air. Within not even 2 minutes of flying, the percentage started going. And it just leveled. I was at 1% by 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the flight.
Was that with the black one?
Yeah. Yeah, I was flying his when that battery decided to crap out today. Luckily, I was only in a hover test. If I had been under power flying around when it started to dip, you can pretty much assume what happens. It went from 15.8 volts to 14.4 almost instantly. It was just a drop like that. I lost a cell. That's not going to fly right now. So if I had been putting it under draw and I was moving forward at 25, 33 miles an hour with that kind of draw under it, the moment that cell failed, solo coming down. Look out.
And now who we got here? We got True Drone Reviews. Chris Hope. Hey, Chris. We got Steve. We got Tomas O'Sullivan. I love that name. Tomas.
I haven't tried yours yet, man. Yours is sitting in storage status, still on the shelf. I may charge it up tonight to redo my flight that I was trying to do today. God, I'm so scared of these OEM packs, man. As much as I want to charge it, put it in there, I'm scared of it.
Are you testing them ahead of time or no? You got a bench tester?
Well, I don't need to, because you just pop them in the Solo and then you pull up parameters and type back cap and it tells you them all. Okay. You know, I get lifetime voltage right on the readout. So, I mean, I get all the information I need. The problem is you don't know what's going to happen once you start putting it under major draw. Just because it's reading normal when you first get started, you know, it's doing its job. It's doing its job. Oh, too much power. Can't do my job. You know, I got the battery, dude. It expanded. I can feel it. It's pudgy. This is the battery that just failed. I can literally squeeze it now and push down. It's pushing the plastic case upwards. So, yeah.
Puffy.
Toast. Look at it. Won't even recover. I just tried to charge it to see if it would take anything. It doesn't even stay on. Look, it just binks. That's it. That's all it does. It failed.
Oh, I like the way you get those apart, man. 2 seconds with that stuff you got.
Yeah, we'll do it right now. Here.
We'll you got to do it on that one? Yeah. All right. Now, do you better lighting. Remember the lighting stuff?
Yeah. That's right. Hold on a sec. Let me adjust the camera. I'll show you how easy it is to get into this, guys.
He's got this stuff called, what is that called? Unglue or something?
Yeah. Glue. God, why can't I think of the name of it here? Glue Buster. So I have 2 containers of it. One actually has the label on it, Glue Buster, and the other one's just can you see it or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the Glue Buster, and this is the same thing. I just took the label off. So let me show you how easy it is to get into these packs. Everybody's like, oh, you can't get into them. I tried, I pried, I put a screwdriver in there, a knife, I pulled, I yanked, I put it in a grinder wheel, I grind out half the battery, hit the battery pack, it started on fire. I mean, these things are glued shut, dude. You can put as much force as you want to and barely pull it away, right? This is
insane.
It is insane.
It's so fast. I couldn't believe the.
All right, so I'm going to show you what happens here. So there's a little liner right here all the way around this lip. You can see that this is where they glued it together. It goes all the way around, right? And then if you tip the battery upright, you can see that it goes through here, right?
Yeah.
So just be careful. You don't want to obviously get any inside here. And then you just keep following it around all the way. So I just use an ample little bit here. I'll just drag it. You can see me. I'm applying it right now. We'll take this around the corner all the way through here. You can see it slide off into the hole because it just starts to disappear. You see how it's going away?
Actually, we can't see that good, but we can see you applying.
Okay. Well, it's just leaking into the hole. And then I pick it up and I go right across here. I tilt the battery backwards. And here we go. You ready?
I know.
Let's see here.
There it is. Look at that. Now save it. Wipe it off.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I don't need the case because we have the 3D printed cases now. But, you know, it's not a big deal. There is a way to save it. But like I said, if you want to save the case and try to put it back in when you guys do that, immediately take a damp rag. And be careful of touching out the ground out board. But just run a damp rag with water on it. The water will dilute what's happening with the effects of the Glue Buster really quickly. It just neutralizes it very fast.
Now, are we seeing that top pack puffed up there?
Yep. You can see that this one's toast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, not good all the way across. It's all puffy. No,
you can see it.
Yep. Anyways, that's how easy that is.
Oh, that was a lot better than the other batteries. You got to cut up a credit card and slip them under the the lids to take the top off. It's a pain in the butt.
So, can I send you 3 batteries and save on some shipping?
Shipping's expensive, man.
Well, no, I get that. He's saying if I send you 3, I mean, I don't want you to individually send me the batteries. Send them all at the same time. It'll be cheaper to do that than individually sending 1 battery per thing.
Even if he does the 3 batteries, it would still be cheaper than 1 Inspire battery.
Sure. So that's
sick.
Yeah. So
that's sad for me, not for him.
Well, I mean, right now I'm not working, so getting the batteries in and having people send them helps me out. But you know, it's not like, oh, I could make an income off of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like trying it yourself, you know, and you don't want to order the XT60 connectors, you don't want to have all the, you know, the heat shrink and all that stuff laying around and soldering, and you don't want to get involved with any of that and potentially hurting yourself taking it apart unless you do it the way I just did it. Like, these are all things I found out through just trying things. You know what I mean?
No, it was called Glue Buster.
Yeah, Glue Buster.
He's saying glue be gone.
Glue Buster is about $8.99 or $13 on eBay. It's really the only place I've been able to track it down. But so like I said, I have tons of XT60 connectors. I mean, there's a I don't know. I have everything needed to do it. So if you don't want to do it, just let me know. It's not an issue, guys. I just, you know, you have to understand that I do these things in my own time. So it's not a rush thing. I get to them when I can. When it's done, I send it back to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this isn't a shop.
Yeah. Yeah, I do this at my house in my workstation here. I just do it for fun. I'm a hobbyist. That's it. So, but I would like to see you guys continue flying safely. So I'm all for it. Somebody just turned on some water somewhere in the house.
Mars.
Yeah, I can't believe nobody else. Like, Ron's tried to jump in like 3 times now, and he can't.
He's using cellular.
Oh.
North Dakota.
I'll get your name out. Yule Adams, what's going on? PD Tech. Let me go back and shout out. Danny Center. My email address is in the description of this video, brother. So.
Hungry Dan's gotta eat at gmail.com.
That's right? It. Yep. If you want to send me an email, send it to me. That's easy, right? I created that when I was like 22. I'm 32 now. 10 years ago, I think, right?
Don't say right. You know it is.
Yeah, right?
You know it is.
So.
Mars, come on in. Can you see the link? He just joined, so I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, Mars should be able to see the link. Mars is welcome. When he pops in, good day, Dan. Hello, Jim. Oh, no, that was more like UK English.
Okay.
Yeah, right. He's gonna pop. Good eye, mate.
He's a Kiwi.
So, well, I mean, we just had like 27 people in here, so I'm assuming we had some solo people in here. Not too many questions. I hope they're taking my advice on this, man. I really do.
Is there a number out there as to how many were sold?
Yes, they produced 80,000 solos and over 4 times that in batteries. So.
And I'm guessing they were all sold. I remember when they went down to $200.
What's that? The batteries?
No.
The solo. Yeah. Solo. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, think about it. I own like 12 batteries myself. So you got to assume everybody has, you know, they manufactured 4 times what they made in the solo. So even if everybody had 4 batteries, there's still a lot out there, you know, but people are walking away from the project. What really disturbs me is that people are like, oh, this battery's no good. Throw it away. Oh, no, you just chucked the BMS out. You just made it harder now to keep the solo alive. Please don't throw your batteries away. If you're going to do that, just donate them to the cause.
You got to get that out there in the groups. Don't throw the damn batteries out.
Yeah, well, I had a big fight with somebody online that was selling theirs, and they were like, yep, one of the batteries bad. I'm going to throw it away. So I kind of gave them the rant about batteries, and I'm like, dude, just don't throw it away. Why? You're going to pay me for shipping? No, I donate a lot of my time towards this, but if you want to help everybody else out, you can donate the battery for a right cause. You know, oh, I'm not gonna drive down to the post office, do all that stuff. All right, well, whatever, man. Hey, whatever floats your boat. I'll just throw it in the trash. You know, and then he became a dick really quick. I was like, all right, whatever.
Like you're hurting me.
Yeah, like, whatever, man. I'm just saying, you know, help everybody else. If you're getting off away from the solo, help everybody else out. You know, don't be a dick on the way out.
This guy, I can't take this anymore. Live DJI commercial drones release. This guy's an idiot. DJI is not releasing any drones. They got an Agras spraying drone. They got a Spotlight for the Matrice series, and they got a.
Oh, you're talking about the
drone reviewer. There are no drones. It's a multispectral Phantom 4.
Yeah, it's like an accessory that's been added.
Yeah.
That's why when I see these things, I'm like, what? Knuckles deep. What are you talking about?
It's the second day he's milking that. If you read the Airworks thing, it tells you right on it. It's agricultural this year.
Let's be clear about this. Bill the Drone Reviewer is not a drone reviewer. Bill the Drone Reviewer is a clickbaiter who grows through clickbait. Bill takes everyone else's work that they type up, and they do all the work, and they do all the research, and they make all the information, and he takes it and reads their article to you, and you guys, the people that watch him, are like, wow, thanks,
especially
Bill.
Marcus, the Idaho podcaster. Yeah,
thank you, Bill, for all this amazing information you've supplied us with. Like, it's already out there. Just search for it yourself. Man, Bill is only taking off the back of somebody else's work. He's done that for the past year and a half that I've known him. The guy is a goofball. He's a goofball. He's taking advantage of the system. YouTube frowns upon the way he's doing things, actually.
They put a multispectral camera on the Phantom 4. They put a spotlight and a gas detector
on
the Matrice 200 series. And they're putting out an Agras, I think it was T61 spraying drone, which you have to have a 107-39 license for, which is hard as hell to get. So nothing that anybody can use.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is not consumer stuff. This is
and that's what Parrot's doing too. Parrot, you know, they just did the same thing. They're like, we're getting out of the drone market, and then they released another version of the Anafi. You know, it's the same thing that DJI just did. They just did it for a different reason. You know, even Parrot is in the agriculture business now. They've been coming up with their agriculture drones. You know, they're getting into more of the professional side of things than the consumer market. You know, all these companies are just getting out of the consumer market and going to the professional aspect because there's so much more money. You know, look,
the Banggoods of the world, the Alibabas of the world have flooded this nonsense with toothpick drones and everything in between. It's ridiculous. So people are just getting, you know, I don't know if they're getting sick and tired of it or what, but
it's toaster technology now, bro. We were talking about that. Drones have become toaster technology. People aren't wowed by them anymore. The wow factor has fallen off.
Right.
You know, and
look at the stats. We were talking 2 weeks ago. 73% of 107 pilots did not recertify.
Right. Well, not just that. Like I said, GPS drone sales were down by like 37%. That's a massive margin. That is a huge margin. You know, in just 1 year, 37% GPS sales are down. That's why DJI is like, I don't think people are really interested like they used to be. Let's start looking at other things. You know?
Well, they get a larger markup on that commercial side anyway.
Y'all hear about the Alta X drone, very expensive but pretty cool tech. There's a lot of very expensive drones out there.
Yeah.
Like, I can't afford it. I don't go window shopping. I don't look at things I can't afford.
There's MMC, hydro drones, all kinds of stuff out there. Go to Yangda Online, go to Foxtech. There's some cool drones out.
I think
Foxtech, in fact, has the tracking unit that DJI never put out that they were going to call TrackTenna.
Mm-hmm.
Foxtech has had it out for a year.
Oh, you know who's another person I want to complain about? Drone X Factor. He is another clickbaiter from hell. If you are seriously subbed to Drone X Factor and his antics, I feel bad for you as a person and a hobbyist. He is another one of those clickbait, just use and abuse the system for views.
What was that one he did that he wanted you to pay?
Yeah, no, that is crazy what that was all about. That was nuts. Like holding a video ransom, and if you want the information, you got to pay me for it. You know, tried to come up with some buster ass reason as to why people should do it. Well, I'm only sharing it with true supporters. What? You want me to pay you $1 on your Patreon account so that I can see the video? You know, get everybody all hyped up and then take away the ability. What about the kids that don't have a credit card? What about you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're minimalizing your audience by doing that now. It's silly. Like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen somebody try to do to grow. I don't know, man. The guy just intentionally causes hysteria for dumb reasons. I just don't get it. DJI, drone DJ, he's another doofus. That guy is a doofus.
Oh, yeah, I know.
The guy that writes all the articles and comes up with all the fake news. Why? Why do people read that crap? Where are the real hobbyists, man? Where did they go? Everybody that starts a YouTube channel now gets this weird notion that they're just going to make trending videos based on clickbait titles and growth through it. It is the saddest, sappiest, poor way to grow a YouTube channel or a site to do that. And if you feed into it,
you almost have to do that now. I mean,
yeah, but it's not.
I know. Don't get mad. But how many? Right. You know, unless we're going to friends' videos, there he is.
It's not.
I know.
G'day.
I can hear myself, dude. You got to mute the
oh, shit. There he is. Crap. I was supposed to do that first. I totally forgot about it. Sorry.
I told you about that PD Tech. I was the one that told you he used your comment in his video. I don't understand. These guys don't want to take your advice. They'd rather just keep burying themselves. Did you watch his last show? Knuckles Deep?
No.
Bill the Bum Reviewer. Did you watch his?
I came in at the end. But you know what? I actually got notified that he said he was a great American or something like that. People were laughing, so that started going around the telephone.
I'm assuming that's when all of the dislikes started rolling in when he said, I'm a great American, and all of a sudden
42 he got dislikes.
40 dislikes. Like that. Like, I'm a great American. Like, I you know what? I'm curious to know if he even has one American flag hanging outside of his house.
Dude, I don't think he owns one. Was he ever in the service? I didn't see him in the Marines next to me.
I've never heard of a service record.
He's a great American hanging out with he acts like he's hanging out with that astronaut, Scott Przinski or whatever from Fluidity, who never wants to talk to him again.
Oh,
look! They sent an email saying, "Lose our number."
Yeah, I don't think DJI wants to support him. I don't even think Fluidity. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I think Fluidity and DJI just said, "Please leave us alone. We're not interested." Check this out. Ken Heron put up that Chicago video last night or today, flying in Chicago, and he had all those couldn't fly warnings and had to keep traveling to different areas. So I said, wow, man, the 3DR Solo would fly. Gave him one of those faces, you know, and he goes into a building. And I said, wait a minute. Didn't your last Phantom 4 fly into a building? I've never hit a building with my Solo, man. Just pointing that out.
But was that all no-fly zones or what?
Well, he couldn't tell us why because he didn't do the research ahead of time. He should have looked it up and been like, this is why there's a TFR or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It was telling him it couldn't take off. Now, you know the Solo would have taken off regardless of what the situation was. You know? It's the difference. Open source. I don't think he was in the wrong. I don't think it wanted him taking off in between the buildings the way he had positioned himself. It was weird. It was a strange setup that he had going on there.
I'm going to jump off for a second and answer this phone call and then get back to you.
Yeah, you're good. Mars, what's up?
What's been going on, Dan?
Just trying to get the Solo back in the air comfortably. Yeah. How's things in your neck of the woods, man?
Hey?
How's things in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, not bad. I'm a bit clagged up, sore tooth.
I hear it.
Yeah, I'm just runny nose.
Hey,
coming down off a cold. Yeah.
I want you to make a video for us when you get an opportunity.
Yeah.
I want you to get some boxing gloves and go find a kangaroo and box a kangaroo.
I don't think so.
I hear they are good fighters.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. I think all you need to wear is a cup. Yes, because they don't only just punch. They kick.
Cup and a freaking body vest.
Right. Yeah. Some Kevlar padding. You know what I'm saying, on the legs.
Yeah, I'll go in. I'll take on the roof.
Right. You know, I think that would be a great video. Mars. Huh?
If I could protect myself, I'd actually do it.
Yeah. Mars versus Jump Around Jack. You know? I'm with it, man. I've watched those videos for like there's tons of YouTube videos of people boxing kangaroo boxing, and it looks so intense. I want to get involved.
Yeah, that was like from the 70s. Not this day and age.
Just go pick a random, wild kangaroo and start fist fighting it. You know,
well, I've got it not far from me. I've got them probably 5 minutes up the road, not even 2 minutes, a minute.
Do you really?
Yeah. That was in paddocks, like, because where I live is sort of, well, when Mum and Dad bought this house, this was like, you got, say, the city here, and this is that half an hour. I'll go like that so you can see. City's here and half an hour's on the outskirts, and that was a new area, and then it was all farming. And since then, it's grown and grown and grown, and now that farming, because of suburbia going out that far, kangaroos just hop down the road. No, not everywhere, but yeah, they hang out in the paddocks up near the road because they're like big main two-lane roads and stuff. And that's near the freeway. They're all hanging around down in the paddocks and stuff. And they've moved. We used to have markets here, and they were in Footscray, called the Footscray Markets, and they've moved that now to Camberfield. So now they're the Camberfield Markets, and there's a lot of big kick up about people having the shift and losing jobs and all the rest of it. So, but they ended up moving it. It took, I don't know, 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. And that's basically on my left-hand corner, just up the road. It's just basically all paddocks and a big, massive market, then a freeway. And they sort of hang around down the bottom in paddocks and that. And you'll see them going up and down the road and stuff. So you've got to watch for them with your car. Yeah, they jump out. I've had a kangaroo. I was doing about 80 kilometres an hour in an evening on an old country road, and bang, he just jumped straight out in front. Whether I turned left or right, it was actually good that I didn't brake or do anything, because anything I'd done he would have ended up maybe in the middle of the car. If I'd have tried to go right, he would have landed in the middle of the car. If I'd have gone left, well, he actually hit my left front guard. So if I went right, if I went left, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Either way, he would end up in a worse spot than where he did. He just damaged me front left, top of the guard, and I was lucky with that busted headlight, and that's it. I got away with it.
We used to go up to Canada all the time, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing you never ever think about running into is a damn moose. And let me tell you something, they are dumb. They are dumb animals. Yeah. They are not intelligent. Have you heard, like, a moose will seriously run into a freight train head on? It will take on a freight train.
Wow, nuts.
They charge trains. Like, when they hear them coming, they're an animal that doesn't back down. They're not fearful of anything. So when they see a big train coming, they don't back down. They just run right at it head on, whether it's coming in at 90 miles an hour or not.
Kind of like a dog chasing a car wheel, you know. Sure. It's a pretty dumb dog.
Yeah. How did the Joker put it? I'm like a dog chasing a wheel. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, but it's like we were up in Canada to go to my uncle's cabin up in Lake Anjigami, and he had this big Suburban. I was probably like 12 years old. He had this big Suburban, and on our way there, we had to stop for a moose. It was crossing in the middle of the road. Yeah. And he still can't get in. This moose decides to start getting really close to the front of the car and bumping it. And I was, my uncle's like, just stay calm. I don't even think he can see us inside of the vehicle. All he's registering is that there's this big thing there, and he's, he's lining up and he starts charging the Suburban, like charging it. And I'm like, he's coming. he's coming. I looked at my Uncle Bill. I was like, he's coming. He better do something, And so he did. He hit the gas pedal. And I think his intention was to knock the moose out. That is not what happened, man. That is a big animal. And, he hit him probably going 12, 15 miles an hour, I think, when he hit the pedal and started to drive into it. And, man, it just decimated the front of the car. His racks, his horn that he had, he just started thrashing his head, and it started, radiator went that way, bumper shield guard went that way. I was like, holy Christ, this thing's tearing your Suburban apart. That was a weird weekend, because right after that, our boat sank. Our boat sank after our week. We were 200 yards from shore, and it was snowing. And on our way back, we had a foam patched hole in the bottom of the boat that he had fixed with foam. And it was so brittle from how cold it was, I think Steve bagged and stepped on it, and it caused a vortex, and it sucked the boat right underwater. Instantly, it was just all of a sudden I was waist deep in water going, what the hell just happened? I didn't have a life jacket on, nothing. We were towing 2 kayaks. We had 8 people, all our luggage in a quad, and it was a 50-horse Honda on the back. It was a flat fiberglass boat. That was the scariest time of my life, man. So between a moose attack and boat sinking and almost killing everybody, I think I had my fair taste of Canada. If you live in Canada, you can keep it. Good luck. That was a weird weekend, man.
Yeah. Nah, they're moose, mate. You do not want to eat one of them, that's for sure.
No, they are big, powerful creatures, but they're dumb as dirt.
They're huge. It's like even us, especially crossing like the Nullarbor, which is that main road above that big curve. It's just a straight road for one full day. There's no left. There's just 24 hours, and you're just driving straight. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You got to keep an eye out for kangaroos, wombats, emus, especially, because they like to just hobble across the road, stop, stare, look at you, and then hobble off, but make you come to a complete stop. So you don't want to hit them, because you hit them, you're going to know about it. They're a big bird, like an ostrich. Same thing. You don't want to hit an ostrich. Imagine that coming through your windscreen. Oh, you're gone.
Right.
So. And that's like a deer, a moose, I suppose. You clip their legs, that body come through the windscreen, mate, kiss yourself goodbye. Mate, you'd be very lucky to walk out, that's for sure, eh?
Crazy, crazy weekend. What happens in Canada stays in Canada, man. I guess we'll get Jim back at some point here. I keep posting a link, see if anybody wants to jump in. I did order some custom underwater submersible motors for the you can't see it, but the Gladius underwater drone that shoots in 4K. I took the motor apart finally, guys, and I had a look at this, and I'm going to have to figure out some way to repeat what they've done here with these off-brand motors, because that slides on there, and then this piece slides on there, and then that piece goes on there, and then the prop goes on here, and it's just there's a lot involved here. But I think if I can't get these to fit where they should go, then I'm going to put these on the back of it on the outside, and I'll have to come up with some way to keep them. I'm not buying parts for it. Look, it was a $2,000 underwater drone. They want $200 for the motors. I'm not going to pay that much for the motors. I'm finding underwater submersible drone motors for $13 for 2.
Yeah.
I'm paying $200 for motors. I will customize the crap out of it. So anytime a motor burns out in the future, I'll just replace it with a $13 motor. I'm not. Why would I do that to myself when I know that I can replace it with 2 of these online motors and same thing, So I'm just going to customize it, I think, at this point. I did order the 2 underwater motors. We're going to see how closely matched they are. If I have to make some customizations to the Gladius, I will do that, and we'll see where it takes us. So I'm not buying those motors. Anybody else want to jump in? Jump in. Jump in. Oh boy. Yeah, crazy day. These solo batteries are something else, man.
Yeah.
It's such a great drone, man, but can't keep going through this, I gotta order some batteries, so I gotta get some new 5 5200 mAh battery packs because my last one burnt up for silly reasons.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I get for pulling on things. Pulling on wires too tight to try to. I was actually I fried one of my $60 batteries for the mod, pulling on the wires trying to get it to wrap so I could shrink wrap it to make a nice block out of it with the BMS. So I could plug it into the Solo, put the lid over it, and cap it on. And one of the balance wires came loose and it started touching one of the other ones, and then it started frying and it zapped it, and then it had a big issue. After that, it was not working properly, so I had to give up on that battery. That was a cheap battery too, man, $60. But I think it was the company that was producing it wasn't. They were overcharging for the battery packs. You know, Tattoo is a known company that produce great cells and decent wiring, and so yeah.
I've heard good and bad with Tattoo.
Yeah, well, I think everybody has. Not all batteries are going to be perfect.
No, well, that's like me with my Nest batteries that, you know, they don't last that long. And what I'm going to do, better FPV. And no, it's just that they don't last. That's it.
Right.
Yeah? I've got the better TBS batteries that I use, and they are better, and you get a little bit more out of them. But, mate, they don't last forever, full stop.
Bro, these don't barely last at all, man. Even the 450s, after about 50 charges, they start bloating, and then they're toast. And then you have to order another $20 worth of batteries and $20 worth of batteries, $20 worth of batteries. FPV gets expensive.
I just spent $50 on 6 1S 300 mAh high volt lipos. TBS have got a new lipo out there. Last one was 260. Now they've brought out 300. And they've actually got a 340, I think, as well, 1S, but it's too big for the tray, so
right.
I'm not sure. I think the measurements are a bit wider and a bit longer, and a bit bigger of a battery.
Heck yeah.
It'll be for a different. It wouldn't be for like what I'm using, like my newbie drones and my better FPVs. It's a different system underneath, so it could be like for E-chain or something. You know what I mean, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
And they've got like all different sort of whoops out there. Or it could be for a 75 mil or something, maybe a Mobula 7 sort of design, but it's got the same end caps as my batteries. It hasn't got the lead; it's just straight on the end.
Well, I have the Mobula, I have the Tiny Hawk, I have the Ion 65. The Mobula is having some issues right now. I think I need to put a new frame on it. It's acting really strange. I keep getting whoop stumble, and I shouldn't be getting whoop stumble with how much power the unit has. Anytime I try to turn left, it stumbles on itself really bad. It does, you know what whoop stumble is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and the Mobula wasn't doing that when I first got it. So the Tiny Hawk does really well, but it still has a top motor issue. One of the wires is loose. You always have to mess with that wire to make it fly. Yeah. But the 85 or the 65, the Ion 65 works great, man. That is a house flyer all day, even though they're all brushless. It's a zippy little sucker. It's great for house flying. The yaw is just insane on it. It's very high intensity yaw setting, so you can make very, very fast maneuvers.
That's exactly what I love about this thing. Yeah. It is freaking awesome. I've just done a video. I'll be posting it up over the weekend, and then I've got to do it, bind and fly vids, and busy. Feel like crap. Yeah. Want to sleep. Can't sleep. I should be resting, but can't sleep.
Yeah.
We've got a long weekend because it's grand final football weekend this weekend. So tomorrow's a public holiday, Friday.
Gotcha.
But the weather's not good. So still got cold weather, starting to get a bit warmer, and probably another couple of weeks, and we'll be up in the 20s, and the weather will start warming up.
Warming up, man. It's still too hot here, bro. It was really hot today. Let's see. It's 9 o'clock right now, and the sun is down, and it is currently 81 degrees still.
Wow.
It's hot still in Florida, man. Even at night, it's hot.
Yeah.
You can feel the humidity just as soon as you walk out the door.
Have you seen the vid where my 85X, I drowned it?
Mm-mm.
You haven't? Oh, anyway, in that vid, there's a guy in there. Let's make special note. where we were flying, he's actually was visiting us from Tampa, Florida, your area.
Really?
Yeah, his name's Michael. Oh shit, I forget his last name. Apologize, but yeah, he's got some good sticks on him too, man. Building dives and stuff like that. Yeah, crazy.
Okay, so let's do this. I just looked up your channel. I'm on your channel. What video? You want me to show it?
You can if you like. Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
All right, I'll go to videos. What's it called?
I don't have drowning. It's somewhere up near the top. Crap, I forgot what it's called. 85X drowning or something.
Beta 85X HD second flight.
It's the one before that. There'll be another one.
Okay.
And the second one was before I drowned it. You'll see it'll be a nice photo of a little pond type thing. Let's see if I'll find it online.
Not seeing it. Ripping late Friday night. FPV drowned. Oh, here we go. Drowned. There we go.
That's it. That's the one.
All right. All right, hold on one sec. Let's do this. Jim's back. Jimmy.
I'm waiting to watch.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
Make this big screen. We'll hit that beautiful play button. There you go.
What did you do to it?
This was a while ago, Jim. This is ages ago when I drowned me 85X.
Oh, is that? I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Well, that's phase, me no fly. And there's it's sort of towards the end when you see the other guy, Michael. You see him as I fly past him.
Well, it's only a 2-minute video. We can watch it.
Yeah, that's a nice looking park, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. Beautiful spot. I was just telling Dan, one of the guys there that I'm with is actually from Tampa, Florida.
Now, I didn't catch how you drowned it. How did it get in the water?
I guess we're about to find out.
Oh, I've seen it, but he never describes it.
I was using my 450s, and then I only brought one battery with me because where we were standing was across the road, and I didn't bring another battery. And then I used one of Phase's batteries. That was 300 mAh. And like here, I'm at the same point. I've turned. See, that's it. Like I've even gone further than when I drowned it, but I don't know. I just no power, and when I went to punch out, it just went straight down like stag or whatever. And yeah, it could have been that. Could have been just me the way I fly as well. I don't know. I don't actually know why I went down there, but could have fail safe. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Now, did you just play that backwards? Because there's no way in hell you flew that backwards.
Yeah, no. So that's what I mean. I drowned just a bit closer than that, probably a meter or two before that point, and it went down. You'll see how far I get.
No, this looks like stabilized. This doesn't look like after.
Yeah, it's step, mate.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice looking place, though.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful place. Oh, I didn't even know that it was there. I had no idea. I just met up with Phase. He said, "Oh, meet me," because there's a service station on us. If you're looking the other way, here we go. Watch. Doof, and I changed because I ran the HD recording stopped, and bang, straight down. Like, what the hell, man?
Wow.
So I've got no idea. Don't know. Battery sag, whether it was me, I've got no idea.
Now, was that the end of it, or because it was fresh water, it was savable?
No, she's still flying, Jim.
Yep. See?
Yeah, she's still flying. I just got to put the LEDs back in place, and they keep coming off. Please do me head in.
Freshwater, most of the time in freshwater, if you just dry them out afterwards, they work fine. If that had been saltwater, toast.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, I have no luck at all. I had 5 batteries sitting in a plastic tub, okay, just for convenience.
Yeah.
And one night, my saltwater pump, which is a water softener, it like friggin' blew its seals. It's spraying the garage with salt water. It filled up 5 Inspire batteries. Actually, there were 6 in the bucket, full of salt water. I didn't, I come out the next day and I'm like, what the hell is that? They're sitting in salt water. That's $1,200 gone.
I'm just seeing dollar signs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Cheap batteries.
And because it's my luck, the thing was on backwash, so it was salt water.
Right.
Yeah.
No luck, man. No luck.
Wow.
Unreal.
That is crazy. We have one of those. We had one of those when I lived with my parents. They had one of those water purifier 9,000 salt container things in their house too, but we never had one back up. So that's new to me. I should tell my dad, make sure there's nothing that'll go bad next
Oh,
time.
no. It was purely my dumbass fault. It has a backwash drain hose, which I put out into the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who pulled up too far into the driveway with their car?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't want to admit this, Dan. But nobody has to worry about this. No, I had the backwash hose going out to run down the driveway, and I pulled the car up too close to the garage door, ran over the hose, so it had nowhere to go but in the garage.
No escape. Wow. Okay.
Did it to myself. Stupidity.
Wow.
And now everyone knows it.
Well, the good thing is we'll never do it again. So, there's something good coming.
Oh, that won't happen again.
No, I bet it won't.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we lost traffic pretty quick. I guess we got off the topic of solo. Everybody was like, well, all right, well, we got what we need. Bye.
What do we got?
12. It's the DJI hat, man.
Yeah, probably is.
Hey, what are you into now? I know you're sponsored, right?
Who?
You?
Mate, no, I'm just a beta tester.
Okay.
Yeah, just testing the newbie product for them before they release it, and then they said we can release info. So I did. Was finally able to share, what I'm doing.
Steve, why aren't you in here, man? You're commenting like crazy, but you're not coming in. Should we be mad? Steve, I'm getting mad. Come on.
The Unknown of TY? What's that? The Unknown of TY.
Where?
What Steve wrote. Yep, The Unknowns of TY.
Maybe TV, he meant and pressed the wrong button.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Yes. Put your pinky finger up.
Secret code.
Oh my gosh. What else was I thinking about? Something else I want to talk about. On a phone call, Dan. To your phone call. I suppose we should give Chris and Crystal a shout out. They're live right now. You guys watch Chris and Crystal?
Are you on? Yeah, I'm gonna jump off, go and catch them. I haven't caught. I've been missing them for a while.
Have you?
Yeah. All right.
Are you later, bro? Jim, have you ever been over to Chris and Crystal's?
No.
MD95 TSI.
Okay.
No, huh? No. They're into a lot of stuff. Chris, actually, today is Wednesday, so it's Wacky Wednesday. Let me see who. So it's probably
95 TSI.
Crystal's Justice. Crystal. I think it's Crystal's night, so it's probably she's live on her channel, Wacky Wednesdays at Crystal. Crystal Justice is what you would type in there.
Oh, okay.
Gonna play a little bit of her stream. They won't care. Oh yeah, look, Chris is in the background building. He's building. Hold on a sec. Stupid StreamYards. Let me share this. Screen share. Sorry, Crystal. I know you're not gonna be mad. Love you. All right, see, look, Crystal. Chris is in the back building. Look at all those drones.
Wow. He's got drones on top of drones.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I see the wing up there.
Yeah, he loves to build. I've known Chris way before he got an FPV. He used to hang out on my channel. Chris and Crystal are awesome. They're the ones that sent me the solo, the part solo. Chris sent me the part solo and printed off those 3D lids for me.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, it's Crystal's night tonight. It's Wacky Wednesday at Crystal's. So you always see Chris in the background doing something while she's live. Yeah, if you haven't, look up Crystal Justice and MD95 TSI. I think I'm going to close this down and head over there for a bit.
All right.
So I want to show them some support too. They've been super supportive lately and been awesome. So
sounds good, brother.
I'll see you over there. Yeah?
Yeah,
Crystal Justice. All right. Later, bro. Toodles, everybody. Thanks for being supportive. Don't forget to smash the like button. I know it was a quick stream, kind of ish, even though it was an hour and 20 minutes. We're going to close it down. I'll see you guys over at Crystal Justices. And you should also subscribe to MD95 TSI if you have not done that. So I will see you at Crystal's Crazy Corner. Wacky Wednesday tonight. Crystal Justice. That's her YouTube channel. Toodles.